guys. I'm Stephanie, your dungeon master. Tonight we are joined by Dennis, who plays Lytle de Ferndon, a byclass of sorcerer rogue. Joffrey, who plays Rorn Baelgor, our fighter barbarian. Jesse, who plays Riker Tor, our intrepid illusion wizard. Brandon, the man behind the cowl and the scowl, who plays Red Netherroot, our death domain cleric. And behind without a thumbnail, Miss Rachel plays one half of the character Genji Kenji. She playing the Kenji barbarian half. Um, we are so grateful that you're here. We're so grateful that you're either tuning in live or you are watching us on the replay. It means the world to us to have your eyeballs, and more importantly, it means the world to us to have, well, your support with those eyeballs. So if you have not yet joined our Facebook group, it is a good time. We make sure of it. You can join at the Holy Rollers D&D group on Facebook, and I have taken to linking it in the descriptions of the YouTube videos. So if you want to just click, you can do that. It's simple, easy peasy. We have rolled for prayer, as is our custom. So I believe it was Joffrey. Yeah,
Nope.
Mr. Joffrey, if you would please take us away praying, and then we will recap and assign dice.
Let's go before the Lord. Father God, we first and foremost want to thank you for bringing this group of believers together, that we can fellowship, we can raise each other up in spirit and in prayer through this game and through our lives. We ask now that your hand would be on this game, be on the rolls 2 and 4, be with the story that Steph is telling, be with those that are watching, be with those that are part of our group. We pray that there would be enjoyment in the story that we are telling, that it would be life giving in both mind and spirit. Thank you and praise you. We ask all of this in your Son's name. Amen.
Amen. All right. So who would like to recap the last session? Preferably someone who's either recently watched it or was there. So that's everybody.
Well, I did recap last week, so I'm exempt.
Okay. You're safe for now. Mr. Jesse, if you want to give her a whirl, can you enter?
Volunteers tribute.
Hmm?
I said volunteers tribute, but yeah, go
Oh,
ahead. What's that?
Yeah,
do we?
because
Well,
we know
here's
I
the
didn't
thing.
pay attention. Like, let's just get that out.
Hey, I make you do it on occasion just so you feel like you're contributing. So your time is not yet, but
Thanks, Mom.
you're welcome. So question to Lytle and Riker. Do we want to kind of do your conversation and then weave that into the recap because it would make more sense? And based on what the conversation holds, do you think it would, there may be a chance it changes some things that we pre-established? Or do you think just the recap and then we move into next session?
I say we do the recap first and then
Okay.
jump into the redo, just because I don't think it'll change much of what happened.
Okay.
And so essentially, last time we basically got up from a long rest. We had gotten a long rest after resting in the. I don't remember the tavern's name.
The Sleeping Griffin.
Jerk. Yeah, the red was a jerk to the bar keeper.
The elvish guy.
Essentially,
Who's also mildly racist.
well, yeah, he's mildly racist, but Red needs to learn how
That
the carrot
mildly
and the
is doing
stick
a
is
lot
the
of heavy
carrot.
lifting.
Yeah. The Red just used the stick. He basically said, smile better, because if you don't, we'll have you killed. And
Yeah.
First of all, how
through
dare
all
you? Second of all, you're not
the
wrong.
Third of all, I'm pretty sure it was more about getting you shut down. I don't think Red actually mentioned killing.
It was implied
Heavily
because when I was
implied. Heavily
it seemed
implied.
more implied.
yeah. So essentially, we were looking for the Tailor's Muse. We were looking for a tall lady with diamond cut cheekbones and whatnot, and we had been assuming that it was a elf probably, but when we talked to the barkeeper, he didn't know anything, and so except that was it him that said that it might be the bodyguard? Yeah, I think it was him. I watched it today. It was basically was like a person that's tall, dark, and sort of gorgeous is the half orc that's the bodyguard of Cornelius Tor, Seal Bear, and so um, much to Riker's horror, Roran and Genji headed over there and they had a conversation. They did not see the gardener, so who knows if Roran got him killed. Um, but they went in, managed to get an audience because he was actually fairly cordial. They did walk in on a meeting he was having with the general. It was
Therius Blackroot. It's okay. Therius
I knew his,
Blackroot.
Blackroot, who is a changeling, and one of the generals in Emperor Mora's whole shebang thing. Like he's pretty high up. Ron was freaking out because he should have been recognized, but the general was not interested in the Seal Bear's guests, and was pretty snooty, and with his nose up in the air, he didn't see nothing. So Roran got away with that by the skin of his chinny chin chin. Definitely not the beard that's no longer there. And they had a conversation with him, and he basically said, or I don't know, like she's not here, she's in the woods. Go ahead and talk to her. And so they came back to the tavern. They picked up Lydell and Riker, and they headed to outside the town in the woods where they found Lady Ursula, and she was eating the two zombie giants that were probably the changelings' entourage. And we tried to set her up with Roran. There's a lot of pushing. I did a great job pushing him forward, and like we were like doing the whole like dance, da 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 da, kiss the girl. Yeah, but didn't quite
like
work
two
yet.
planks of wood.
Yep. Oh goodness.
She was entranced by the dress and the letter, I guess, and so she ran off to go find the tailor. Red messaged his lady to kind of hire the lady and kind of get her on our side because she seemed like an acceptable person, which is kind of what the best you can hope for right now in this world. And the two giants finished their meal and they came stomping toward us, and Red said, heck no, and did his turn undead, and they went and away from us. And I think that was
Forgetting one of the most important things. Mr. Zeldor, hey, have I spoken to you about your extended life insurance policy in town?
We're here to talk to you about your extended corpse warranty.
To which
I
we
forgot.
mostly
Oh gosh.
all said no. There was a brief moment where Genji almost converted Kenji and rolled a nat 1.
That was funny.
That would happen to our group. That would.
Yeah, so the corpse collector is somebody from Riker's past. Riker got very disturbed by it, and we're going to say that Lydell picked up on that he was disturbed, not exactly making the connection yet, but he might based upon how this conversation goes. But the corpse collector was basically saying, hey, you're going to die. Why not make some profit off of it? So we threw some numbers around. He offered 1,000 gold for our body. It was pathetic. Red did 40,000. Riker said 10,000, and he said, I loved Rachel's comment about, oh yeah, I'll get back to you later. That whole
right.
Yeah.
and yeah, so
And I would like to
Uh,
retroactively say that Lydell looked at him and said, "Hey, you could multiply that by 100,000, and you still wouldn't reach my number."
Yeah.
so,
So,
but he did the whole salesman thing of, all right, well, I'll go talk to my manager, and basically,
boss cherish.
yeah. And so he
We
headed
shall
out.
hold our breath.
Now we are hopefully heading up north to the cursed forest to go to the stone, and we are done hopefully with Jandrel, but we shall see.
That
So
is the
that is
hope.
my recap.
That is the hope, my friend.
That is the hope. Yeah.
Roar did pass along near the end a very hey, Lido,
Don't be stupid.
don't be stupid. It's this might be a little above your pay grade.
Yeah, I was gonna say you kind of gave him a you almost challenged him. You know that, right?
He understands, but it's trying to like,
Yeah.
dude, I'm not doubting
Well,
your skill, but something tells me that this is
I can
above
tell
it.
you that it was probably for naught. Just based
Probably.
you'll find out why here in a few minutes.
Yes, because
Uh,
meanwhile, 3 hours prior,
yeah,
So,
let's go back.
Yeah.
yeah. So canon wise, like we have already, like in the last episode, we talked about how Riker had, like everybody else woke up. Riker put the sheets over his head. We had the cardboard cut out of Lydell go down and get breakfast. If you want, we can start the conversation when you return back from breakfast. With
Yeah,
breakfast.
I would imagine. So let me just say, I would imagine that Lida would have brought breakfast up for both. Um, he's mad. He's upset. he's he feels like he's got a pouty little teenager in his room.
And there's Riker's literally doing this whole thing. Like,
Yeah,
Right. Short of playing like Linkin Park at max volume, you could not be more pouty. Yeah.
yeah.
you
But as
gave me
much
a
as
spell
pouty,
of metalhead.
yeah,
Metal, some sort of spell we could make like about
Right.
metalhead,
Right.
metalhead tout. I don't know,
Yeah.
pictures.
Yes. I cast Carnival Cruise.
so
If you know,
so
you
as
know.
much as
Um,
so just to say, as much as Riker had the covers over his head all night and just pouted, Lydell sat up and stayed awake the whole night, um, thinking about what Riker said, but also not willing to not willing to take lightly what Riker said as well. So that put him as a this is the only friend that I really have, and I'm going to protect him. And if it means staying up all night, I will. But he's going to get an earful in the morning. Um, and so Lydell opens the door, and before he shuts the door, he places both meals down on whatever flat surface is there, turns around, and slams the door as hard as he can. I
Riker will
mean,
pop up.
Red, roll me another perception check.
25.
Yeah,
you got
that sounds like it's gonna be the start of some juicy stuff. So yeah, you heard that for sure. You're like, ooh, a quarrel.
Right, yeah.
it.
I will grab my popped corn.
At the
Make
glass,
sure you grab a
the glass.
glass or something so you can go like this to the
Yes.
door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. For
Ly-
sure. Okay. You slam the
Lydell
door.
Lydell turns back around, and Riker. At this point, if you've popped up and you're looking at Lydell, you can see he's probably 4 shades of red darker, possibly visibly shaking. The look in his eye would probably say, "Talk, and I'm going to take your tongue out." That's the kind of look that he has right now. And he grabs both plates. He walks over to you, plops yours down, and he says, "Eat, and don't say a word." And he sits
Word?
down. Did you just really say word?
Like a petulant teenager. Oh my gosh.
Literally is. He literally is.
And as he sets his plate down on the bed, you see fire come up and back down, like he's having a hard time. And he looks at you and he says, "You insolent little whelp. Do you really think that I would do something against our friendship? Do you actually think that I would not be here for you and listen if you told me the truth? Do you think that a contract would mean more to me than you? Because if you do, then our friendship is over right now. So tell me, and tell me the truth, if that's where you are, and if that's what you think."
No, I don't think that. I worry that, my friend. You are my friend. You're my only friend. And I do trust you. But there are things you don't know about me that I can't tell you.
What?
You put so much stock in this contract. You act as if it's God's dang gods. Tell me that if my name was on it, Red's name or Roran's name or Ken's name, that you wouldn't feel this desire to fulfill to the point that you'd be suicidal.
Um, I'm assuming that Riker doesn't know that Lydell actually holds a contract for Rorn.
No, you haven't told him.
Okay. Um, you see, you when you say that, you see, you see a pretty big change over Lydell. He physically calms down. You can see that he's pushing himself to bring himself back under control, per se, I guess. You
Riker,
begin to see.
Riker, all right, go ahead. I was just gonna say,
I was
Riker
gonna say you
continues.
begin to see the visage of the Lydell that you normally know start to come back. Like something is calming him down. Something's allowing him to calm down. Um, and he just says, "Go on."
I'm not saying that my uncle doesn't deserve to die. I mean, he tried to kill me. For all we know, he did kill me. You see what he did at this town, and sure, he deserves to die. But I just want to know that if he dies because you decided that, not because some paper decided it, not because some person in some random place paid enough money that made you decide that's what it's got to be. Because, I mean, we did some things when we were together on the road that year. We went our separate ways. We stole from powerful people. We pissed off powerful people. And I just want to know that you aren't going to find. Just want to know that you won't change your mind about me because of something some paper said.
Lytle finally, as you're talking, you can see Lytle just calm down. And then he reaches into his armor, right about the same area where his dagger normally sits. And he does it slowly. As calm as he is, the look in his eyes is you've seen what he looks like when he's about to kill somebody. Because you guys have been in a fight with people where he's had to. He has that look right now. His eyes are showing that look, and he's reaching into where his dagger is. But you hear something other than a dagger. It sounds more like parchment. And he pulls out a piece of parchment, and it looks old. And it looks a little tattered. And he unrolls it, and he stares at it. And he rolls it back up, and he throws it at you. And he just looks at you, like as to say, read it.
I'm going to say that Riker's hands visibly shake as you ask him to read it. And he opens the scroll and sees Roran's name.
Exactly.
And just kind of freezes for a second.
With it
In 2
tabaxi in front
seconds.
of him.
And then he's going to roll it back up. And he's going to hand it to you without saying a word.
Lido looks at him and says, does that answer your question?
I'm going to say, because this is that Riker is noticeably like 5 shades like whiter than he was. So he is like just he's calm, but like he's pale, and he just kind of he looks up at you. Um, it helps unless you're asking me to help you feel it.
Lido looks over at Riker and says, my friend, I could have fulfilled this contract multiple times over. I do not need your help or any other's help. If he was to be
Riker's
dead,
just, you know that look that teenagers give you when you say that you can do something and they don't believe you, but they don't know how to control their face because
yeah.
young and dumb. He's gonna give you that look, like
Lido's used to it, so he kind of ignores it. But he says, if I felt the need to fulfill this contract, I would not have handed him his sword back when he first stabbed Red. I would have handed him, well, no, I would have taken from him his very life. This contract, the only reason I still have it is because for some reason it reminds me that not every contract is worth what I always thought it was. And so now I get to know whether the mark is or not. The difference is the one that I have for your uncle is when he became a seal bearer. and the things that he did and the things that I see now have cemented the the knowledge that he has had final judgment pronounced. And at some point, I will probably carry it out for you, for your fears, for your very worry that you have had. I will hold off. I will not go after it. I can wait. I can wait as long as I need to. I don't even know if I'd get paid for this one. And I don't care. He's doing something here that is not right. And from the sounds of it, he's done things to you that he deserves his death. I won't take it from him right now. But understand this. I do not kill indiscriminately. And don't you ever accuse me of that again.
For once, Riker will look a little grinned and just nod and for once keep his mouth shut.
At that point, I think Lido will probably eat his breakfast and get up and walk on out downstairs. And hopefully their conversation was low enough that Red couldn't hear.
Well, if it was the morning, Red heard that as we were walking out of the inn to go speak with the seal bearer.
Oh, okay. So, Red may now know that Lido holds a contract on the seal bearer, as much as does Rorn, and now Riker. So,
My biggest concern is Red now knows that you hold a contract against Rorn, who is his BFF.
but he's also heard that.
He's my bestie.
But he's also heard that Lido won't fulfill it.
Also fair.
So
That might
he's gonna
not
hear
be
one
how,
part.
That might not be how I retell it, though. We shall
Well,
see.
I do believe that Rorn already knows Liddell holds the contract because they've had that conversation.
Yep.
Rorn actually knows more about Liddell than a lot of others.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
Roran seems to be everyone's secret keeper. He knows more about Red, too.
He knows about Red. He knows about Liddell. He's slightly partial to Jikenji now. Well, he knows it's Jikenji, but he doesn't understand anything
Right.
about only that.
Yeah.
There's a
It took him forever to figure out Jikenji.
It's fantastic.
Which was fun to watch.
Riker's still in the dark about it too, so.
Yeah.
Has Riker even cared? I feel like he doesn't really care.
Yeah, I don't think
Riker is way too self-absorbed.
I am kind of sad that
Riker's
Rorn figured it out. Like, I wanted this to be the Mara Terrence.
Yeah, I know.
Over again.
I was secretly kind of hoping it would linger a bit, but it was still funny.
I mean, I only got it on a 19 on the die, so because it finally went down enough. It was just a matter of, will I roll high enough one of these times?
Yep.
Because that was honestly one of my favorite parts of campaign 1 was every NPC that you guys met was
yeah,
are you serious?
Right. That was hilarious. I remember those days. Oh my gosh.
The one-off NPCs are there for exactly one session and were never seen again.
Knew more than Terrence.
Yes.
Knew more.
Yeah. Somehow. Yeah. Make it make sense. Awesome. So, good job. Did I assign RP dice for last week? I think I did. It was to multiple. No? That was the week before.
No, last week I didn't. No, I don't think you've done role play for last week.
That was the week before. You're right.
You're right. Let me noodle on who gets it from last week though. And we'll see how the rest of the session plays out. But so far, y'all are in the lead. Um,
They're the only
so
ones that have talked. I hope they're in the
exactly, that's
lead.
what I'm saying. I know. Chill. I'm here. Um, the conversation comes to a tenuous close, and the rest of the events of the last session proceed as indicated. You guys find yourselves watching the giant necrotized backs of these giants um, disappear into the woods in front of you, and Red holding his holy symbol aloft and looking every bit like the grim keeper of the gate that he serves. And you are kind of at this moment of where do you want to go? What do you want to do? You know what your end goal is in this area, but if you have things you still wish to accomplish in general. Okay.
Lydell does
North.
say to Red that
Now we promised Riker that we would be leaving relatively first thing in the morning. We are leaving. My goal is accomplished.
Yep, Brecker's
Sighs as he
marching.
looks at the corner of the forest that Ursula walked away from. By the way, Red, you are scary.
Yes, we have established this.
So how is it that you can do that to them, but not to your looks kind of around you, unseen little ghost friend?
Oh, I relatively like this one. And I'll just kind of I'll reach my hand down beside me. Come along, little one, and just walk off.
like you hear Lydell say, "You look like you should be calling them to you, not sending them away."
Only the ones I don't like.
It's a good thing about us. Which, by the way, Lydell and Genji.
Yes.
I do believe, as the keeper of the purse, it is time for the new wager. 150 each.
Ron, do you have any more of my money? Or has it all been
Oh,
spent on your...
but no, actually, this is compensating because you owe me for the provisions that we just purchased in town. Which,
I was gonna say, I think he might. Somebody owes me money too,
Well,
because we paid for
my
everybody.
because Lydell had given you a large amount of money to hold for him.
I believe that I've lost. I like player here. I have actually kind of lost track of how much Roran had to begin with before he
Not a
became the
problem.
coin purse. So I've just been keeping tabs on how much was given to him for the wager, which has been 300 gold combined between the two. And to make it more interesting, he was the one that put forth of, well, if you're making me hold the money, well then every time I go out, the amount goes up, and it will keep going up until someone loses.
Lydell hands you 150 gold. Oh shoot, I added that. Not. Oops. Sorry, DM. I added that. Now I have to take it away.
Oh
I
no.
I I am
He's
keeping
figured out the
track.
infinite riches glitch.
It's called
Crap.
D&D Beyond. Roar will look at Jikenji. We're gonna
I'm
have
trying
to
to
do.
remember. I'm trying to remember who it is that owes me money, because I think they should pay, not me.
That's oh my god. The way you say
Um,
It's
that was
funny that
like
she didn't make the bet.
I
right.
know.
Oh
you're
goodness
right. I didn't.
gracious.
I don't even understand the bet, if I'm being honest with you. But I
It's
play
a
along.
rogue off.
Yeah,
It's who can be the sneakiest. But the
Who can
problem
be the
is
best rogue?
What all did we
It-
buy again?
We bought 320 gold worth of provisions for 18 days for the party. That's
Mm-hmm.
everyone 18 days worth of food.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
320.
everybody else should give you a small portion of my 150 to
So
even it up.
320.
Roar did 160. Genji did 160 because I mapped that. So there's a 160 gold deficit that the party would have to
So
fill in.
everybody owes her 32 gold. And everybody owes Rorn a 32 gold.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Basically, the compensation for the food is going directly to be the wager.
The repayment, yeah.
Yeah.
Or the wager.
And I get 10 gold. Yay. Then it evens out.
Well, so I will hand over another 64 gold. 32 goes towards Kajenji, and 32 goes towards Rorn to pay back. Because Lydell does pay back.
I just hand Rorn whatever people give me minus 10 gold because you said 150. I think I've got like 100, so 160, 10 gold left. So
Yep.
net positive.
I
Heck
only,
yeah.
I only have 41 gold, so I have to IOU somebody.
That's going to go towards. Well, I guess we can discuss along. We can discuss along the way whether you owe me or you owe him. Gestures to Genji, and leave it up to you which one you'd rather at least be in debt to.
Did you sell all the stuff that was in the bag?
We did not actually get to do that because we bought
Well, just
food.
sell the stuff in the bag. Where
Truthfully,
am
I
I supposed to
forgot
get
what was
mine?
in. I
Actually,
forgot what was in
it's
the bag.
because it was Jesse, the player, who mentioned that. Riker was locked, holed up in his room, and I don't think he made that comment. So I don't think Roran or Genji would have
Okay.
thought to do that.
Okie dokie. Do I have to think of everything around here? Fine. Can I get the bag of holding back, please?
Roran, like, absolutely, here you go. We'll hand back the bag of
Thank you.
holdings. Right. His business has been concluded. He wanted the bag only to hold on to the dress, and the dress has been delivered, so bag is rightfully back to you.
Yeah, there's got a couple of daggers, a movable rod, and
Don't sell that
pinnacle.
unmovable rod. That thing is.
No, I know, but I'm just saying we could have sold a couple things. But all right, well, we'll pass them back through or something. But I owe. Let's see. I will take as soon as I find money to give you. I will give you somebody money.
Are you doing this
I'll-
while walking, or are you standing in one place and letting the giants come back? Okay.
No, we're
Oh no, yeah,
think we're
Riker, like,
walking.
he started walking north as soon as the giants turned away. So
Okay. Because
I'll
at this
give
point,
money.
they're on you.
Yeah, I'd give money to. I'm not giving money to. Which one of you do want the IOU?
that's up to you. Technically, it's either you do an IOU to Genji or you do the IOU to Roran.
How about Gidget? Do you want a scroll of fear? How about I give you scroll of fear as trade? Magical use, you get to use it, scare your people, and then pummel them. Keeps bad guys from rushing you.
What is that even worth? I'm sure
Magic?
Genji would know.
Usually they're worth a couple hundred.
You hear
They're
an
worth,
advocacy in your head.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
aren't they worth like over 100 gold?
Scrolls? Depends on the scroll up the level, I believe.
Yeah, and what it is.
So,
Yeah,
I
it's
was gonna
like
say-
a couple hundred,
It depends on what level.
like 250.
Okay. try and do Kyle's. I say,
Oh
I
gosh.
guess that seems like a good trade.
I'll give you the skull
Seems
fear,
like a
and I will give you 32 gold.
He will take the scroll and the money and stick it in his pocket thing, his infinite pocket that all video game players have.
Yes.
All right,
So
I'm going to
who is
move it to
scouting?
party equipment. So, Rachel, you'll have to take it out of the party equipment and put it in your inventory. And then I'm
Party
deleting
equipment.
32 golds
Go to
that you have.
inventory and go to the right. It says my inventory and party inventory.
Oh, I see.
You click on it, there's a button that says move.
None of these are a
I have
scroll.
Go to
You
the
learn how
top.
Did I
you
miss
learn how to
something?
make.
Should be the
At
very
the top
top.
has fear. Scroll of fear at the top.
I only see dagger at the top.
Reload because I can see it, so it might just be you need to reload.
Oh, did I glitch?
Possibly.
Let me see. Let me see if I can see now. I just
So while Kenji and Riker finagling, who is going to? I guess that means Lydell is going to be our forward scout.
Yeah.
Guess we're not technically going north. We're going north.
West,
We could-
northwest, essentially. I put the thing in the chat.
I think we have to go like more
That's what I'm
west,
looking
west, and then go northwest. Like it's a
wonder if,
angle.
wonder if we can find a boat. Wonder if we can find a boat and travel the river.
I think
I
we.
don't have money to hire a boat. Maybe you guys do. That's walking.
There, it'd be very possible to potentially find a boat. The question is, can you afford it if it's for sale? And if you can't afford it, can you steal it?
Oh, I can
And I
steal.
don't suppose we could hire somebody to just take us down to the end of the river.
Entirely an option.
Might be
So
cheaper.
I guess Lydell is going to start scouting ahead to look to see if he can find a boat
Okay.
or
Ro-
a boat master or a place to hire whatever
Okay.
or something like that.
Sure. Roll me a perception check.
Yeah. 17 plus 11, 28.
You wander through the wood line, essentially, of this riverbank until you get to a point where you see what looks to be a old fishing camp, and there is smoke emanating from the chimney of the largest kind of building structure. It's a little bit up off the bank and has a pier moving into the water. And at the end of this pier is moored um, a commercial fishing vessel of very modest size. It doesn't look like it would be able to accommodate long term more than two bodies, but for the purposes of what you're looking for, there's a chance. Um, would you like to knock on the door? Or how would you like to approach the
Well,
fishing
so
hut?
first off, I forgot to mention,
Mm.
and so I'm going to go back to. I do believe that at some point, Riker and Lydell had created the mental link.
That was probably during our conversation in chat.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. So we have the mental link going. So I am probably going to be as long as he's within
A mile, I think it
a
is.
mile, I think. Then he lets him know that actually it's 2 miles. He lets him know that there's a fishing village up here. That there's nothing else going on. It's a fishing village, and he is going to sneak up to make sure that it's not like a bunch of undead or something like that. first.
Valid question in this world.
Yeah.
Roll me another perception check to perceive
Okay.
the
Well, his
nature.
stealth was 21 or 31, and his perception is nat 20 plus 11 is 31.
Yeah, you smell like cooking food. Last you checked, undead don't cook food, much less need it.
Yeah.
And you are completely, in your mind's eye at least, stealthed. So however you wish to approach them, they won't see you coming.
So at this point, I mean, he's fairly certain that there's nothing around that's going to be an issue. So he goes to the front door and knocks on it. He does have ready firebolt just in case,
Mm-hmm.
but that's only in an emergency. And he's letting Riker know what's happening as he goes there.
Okay. Riker, are you conveying this to the rest of the team so that everybody's in the loop? Okay. You knock on the door, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, there is a startled clatter from within and a little bit of a sizzle and then a yelp. And it sounds like whoever was cooking, you startled him so bad he burned himself on his frying pan. There is a stomp, 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 and then the door is flung open, and a grizzled looking human man scowls at you and then looks confused and then scowls again. Who are you and why are you here? And he kind of sucks on his thumb knuckle where he burned himself. We don't get visitors out here. Who are you? What are you here for?
Lydell just takes in the whole scene and can't help but chuckle just a little that this guy just burned his thumb because he scared the crap out of him.
You had a 31 stealth. I mean, commoners'
Yeah, I
passive
mean,
perception is like 9 or something.
but understand, I mean, to Lydell, that's just everyday life, you know. So it's kind of
It never gets old to you, that's for
no.
sure.
And he's been in a fairly bad mood most of the morning, so this was kind
That
of the
probably
highlight.
made you feel a little bit better.
A little bit. He says, "Forgive me, sir. My name is Lydell. My friends, the group that I am with, are traveling, and we feel that it might be easier on us and worth your time if we were to hire you and your boat to take us up the river rather than having to walk."
He looks kind of startled at the what's the word? The boldness with which you waltz up to a stranger's door and ask him to drop lunch to help you and says takes his thumb out of his mouth and says, "What's in it for me?"
What would you have?
He thinks about it, looks over his shoulder at the fat back in the pan, looks down at the pier at the boat. 100 gold. I'll take you to the end of the river.
Lydell looks over at the fat back in the pan and looks at him and says, "There's enough time for you to finish that breakfast, and I'll
Oh, I
give
was
you
going to.
75 gold."
What'd you say about the 5 gold?
He says, "And I'll give you 75 gold."
I was gonna finish the breakfast anyway. It's 100 gold because I have to navigate the current back, and I'll be out well past dark. And there's things that live in these waters that I don't care much to meet.
He's going to try to persuade him to 80
Okay.
gold.
Okay.
And let's see, persuasion, it's only +6. 17, 23.
He takes a big sigh. Fine, 80 gold. Come back in 30 minutes. And he slams the door in your face.
Lydell looks around. Is there anything else around?
There's a
Like,
couple other like ramshackle sheds,
Okay.
with like hooks where you'd hang fish to gut them from the
Um,
ceiling, tables spattered with old blood and scales.
Any
Um,
chairs or anything out there?
there's one on the porch.
Okay. He plants himself right there on the chair and lets Riker know exactly how to get there and that he just secured a boat for 80 gold.
It takes the rest of the group probably 10 minutes to catch up. Because Lytle would have been moving with a cat-like grace in his stealth. Um, you all arrange yourselves on the porch, waiting for you never got his name. Um, what's his face? Grizzled human to
Yeah.
finish whatever he's doing in there. And 28-ish minutes after he slammed the door in your face, it opens, and he kind of burps, looks around at the lot of you, and says, "Come on," and ambles down the pier.
Um, Lydell walks up to him and says, "Would you like your gold now or when you get us there?"
That's a good point. I'll take it now.
He hands him the 80 gold
Smart.
and he tells him, he said, and Lydell looks at him and says, "I must warn you that if we don't make it, you will not have 80 gold, nor will you have a life."
I'm
He
sorry,
said,
I
"But
don't
if you
understand.
make
If you
us,"
if we don't make it, am I supposed to die with you, or are you going to not make it and also kill me?
in other words, okay, so let me rephrase that.
Okay.
If you try to deceive us in any way, you will not make it, and I will keep my 80 gold. However, I will say that if you do get us up there, I will give you another 40 gold.
Whoa.
You got yourself a deal.
He wants to make sure that this isn't somebody just hoping to make a quick. There's a promise of actually more than what he asked for at the other end, and that so Lydell is hoping that entices him to not be deceptive
Mm,
or anything like that.
okay. All right. So y'all pile into the boat. It sits a little lower in the water than you would necessarily feel comfortable with, but
Sorry.
I was gonna say it's because Warren.
I
I was
was
gonna
about to say
say.
it is Rorn. With or without plate, he's still a hefty boy. So he untethers the boat, kind of elbows through the lot of you guys to the captain's spot, takes the wheel, and enters the current. And y'all are traveling with the current downstream towards the end of this kind of river arm. It's pretty swift going overall. Um, I'd say by now it's probably noonish because it didn't take you that long to find Ursula in the woods and get this far. Um, you estimate by consulting your maps and also conferring with your captain that it shouldn't take you more than probably late afternoon to get to the terminal end of this river arm. Is there anything y'all would like to do while you sail? Sorry. Sorry.
I'll work on my spells. I'm working on sending right now. I have
Okay.
3 hours left to work on to get it done.
If you are not interrupted, you should be able to complete that before the end of the trip.
Lydell just sits up near the captain, just watching, looking out, trying to figure out what's going on each side of the boat. Not really too worried about the captain or anything, but he's more worried about what's going on the sides. You know, what kind
Mm,
of animals are there, what kind of things they're looking at. Just your normal. If I'm doing travel, I'm going to make sure I know what's going on around here.
totally valid. Um, who else? Anyone else like to Okay. So late afternoon comes, and the end of the river is kind of this soft bank of sand and a little bit of a delta, not even like 100 feet. Um, and the river waters disseminate into a kind of sandy marsh on this delta. He anchors the ship in the boat, I should say, in the water that's deep enough to actually keep it aloft, not just run it aground. And puts his hand out to Lytle.
I hand him the 40 gold.
You're gonna have to swim. And he pockets the rest of the gold and starts to like turn the rudder, turn the boat around.
So, huh. I look over at Riker, and I mean, we haven't really used all the minutes up of the telepathy.
Hmm.
And I tell him, I wonder what would happen if he lost 20 of those gold.
Is this you trying to like make amends to Riker and like the amount of stress you guys have been under lately to get as a friend?
Maybe.
Riker, do you take the olive branch?
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to see because there is. I'm trying to look at one of my features because I might be able to. No, I don't think so. I think that's later on. There's a feature. Maybe it's where I get. Maybe it's like the next level where I can actually make my illusion solid. Be perfect for this, but
It might be the
no.
next level.
Let me see.
How far is it from the boat to the, I guess, the shoreline? How far do we have to swim?
60 feet.
Lydell steps out and walks on water.
Why are we doing 60? Like, why is it 60 feet? That's a long way away.
And you guys have got this boat practically dragging the bottom of the riverbed with your weight. I'm sorry.
How big is Riker and or Red? Who's smaller?
Riker's definitely smaller. I'll just answer for you.
I don't know how I feel about that answer.
Wait. Red has a ring of Featherfall, or is it Lydell has a ring of Featherfall?
Slidell.
Lydell has a ring of water walking and a ring of featherfall.
Okay. Rourke's trying to be nice to Riker. Looks over at Red. Offers his hand.
D&D is not. D&D Beyond is making me upset right now. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna try and pickpocket some of that gold back.
Okay. Roll me a sleight of hand. And describe to me how you kind of position yourself so that you aren't seen.
Yeah, I come up next to him looking like over the edge, like I'm like trying to like figure like plan my
Mm-hmm.
and how I'm getting off while I'm doing that. So
Okay. Roll me your sleight of hand.
I am going to use one of my can't think of the word. I'm gonna try it again. So no, that was a 12.
12.
Yep.
The boat rocks at the exact moment you go to reach into his pocket, and your knuckles brush his hip, and you
I'm just gonna
immediately
go over. I'm just gonna go over with it.
Entry sensor open.
Like,
you
oh crap.
you foil it, and or you fudge it kind of bad, but you make it look like you are essentially gracelessly flopping into the water. So you
Yeah.
you manage to cover your butt pretty good. Good job. How else would everyone like to get to shore?
Rourke will pick up red, smile, and then just javelin with a 19 on the die for a total of 23 strength, just like a
To huck
javelin,
him.
just huck him to
Huck him.
60.
So here's the thing. It's 60 feet, and he is not aerodynamic. He is not what you call an aerodynamic goth. Um,
Are you calling me a fat goth?
no, I'm saying you have natural human features that preclude you from traveling through the air like a javelin. Um,
So he goes 30 feet and hits the
roll
water.
me a d20 and double it.
Nat 20, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20.
Well, this is mimic die, so I don't know if this is something you're supposed to be rolling high on or not.
Right.
Hey, Brandon.
Hey.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Somehow
You,
you
you,
managed
get-
to roll to throw
you
him.
get your you get your wish.
Yes.
The mimic die heard.
Yeah, that's gonna come back.
I soar through the air.
Yes, just
And
beautiful.
like diving into a pool, like I kind of lay, like I kind of turn sideways and put my hand up on my chin. Just
Uh-huh.
then hit the water.
A truly gorgeous display of dang near Olympic prowess.
And then I'll swim like a few more feet and then Misty step to the shore.
I honestly didn't think that was going to work.
You had no reason to think it would.
Okay.
Who wants to go next? I'm sorry, I needed verbal. I'm switching between a lot of different screens. Verbal?
I'm
Well, I
checking
guess
something. Hold on.
Roard will use the boat as a anchor point and dive into follow.
The boat does this.
Yeah, the boat practically like gains 6 inches in the water, and the captain is a little bit like, even with his sea legs, is like a little bit jostled by the sudden lack of weight in his vessel. And you hear him as you come up for air under his breath go, "Big boy," and that leaves Jakinji.
Truthfully, we're not a water ganassi, so I'm not exactly sure if we can swim or if we would just be, a rock.
It's understood. Well, if you want it to be funny, you can be a rock and you walk along the bottom. But everyone has a inherent swim speed, like on
Okay.
this in D&D Beyond, or in D&D, unless you say you can't swim.
I mean, I'm sure we kind of know how to swim.
I
I just
mean,
wasn't sure if we'd sink like a rock since we're, mud boy.
sure. Again, if you think that would make more sense for your character, that's up to you.
Not really, I guess.
Okay.
No.
All right.
He will
That you
gracefully just swim to the other side
Okay.
with everyone else.
Awesome. You swim. It's not too easy. It's not too difficult. At a certain point, you can actually like pretty easily like walk along the bottom, and having the what is it, the firmness of the bottom against your feet is super duper comforting.
Yes.
You are not a you are a earth genasi. Water does not appeal to you necessarily.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of it, but it's not like my
Not your
favorite thing in the
favorite.
world.
Yeah,
You know?
not a good time for you.
Yeah.
Does that leave anybody else on the boat?
Lydell, did you say how you got off the boat?
Yeah, I stood on the water and walked over to the.
And that's
Okay.
everybody.
Cool
Riker
beans.
floundered. Red was javelined.
Okay. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I've got to go do something.
Okay.
We all get onto the shore, dripping wet.
Except Lytle.
I run.
Who has the Who has the prestidigitation?
Mary
Mary
Poppins.
Poppins will do myself first, but then after that, I'll just do all of you like giant air blowers. Like,
I was gonna say
little
Lydell
hand
will help.
turn around. Rowan, I'm doing you last. You're too big or it'll take too long.
You know what? That is quite fair. Also, full disclosure, this is me being nice to you. That was going to be you. I hooked.
Glad it didn't. So I'm gonna do Lydell. Well, Lydell doesn't need. I'm gonna do Kenji.
Yep.
And then I'm going to completely pretend I don't see red at all, and then go, oh, I guess. Here you go. Yeah.
Lydell turns over around to Red and does him.
No,
Like-
I get red. Never
okay.
mind, I got it. And then I'll do red except for the crotch area down the leg. Then I'll go back, and then I'll go back to doing roaring.
Oh, I see. Okay, so technically it was custom. Apparently, whoever did it just renamed third level scroll to Scroll of Fear. So after I renamed it, it looks exactly like what was in the party inventory. So we're good. I got it.
Until you are the spinning wheel of death.
Uh-oh. Can you not hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
You guys see her?
Yeah.
I can see her. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, we just lost Jesse. No, we lost. Oh, we lost both.
Rachel came
Well,
back.
no,
And,
yeah,
I don't know if we lost.
you never lost me. I just turned my camera off and on to see if that helped. But now Jesse has a spinning wheel of death.
There's,
there it is.
there's
Found
Jesse.
him.
Now we see him, but now he can't hear us.
Nope, now I can hear you. I don't know what it is. It's like if every once in a while it just slowly doesn't work. So I don't know.
No, that happened.
All right.
So this isn't. I am out of my field here. Which way do we go?
Thank you for your patience. Gonna need everyone to roll me initiative, please.
So whoever is hitting us was kind enough, like the Power Ranger villains, to watch Riker air dry us with Mary Poppins dry from the river.
I did a 24.
Hold on to that.
I give advantage. Because the mimic
That's
guy
right, because
giveth, and the mimic guy take it away.
Let me invite y'all to this page.
Okay. Of course, it would be initiative that fast. Oh my gosh.
Well,
That's kind of fun.
something tells me that the comment of something in the river.
Okay. Please position yourselves on this map.
We are still,
Are still
with the
on the giants.
Oh,
Yeah.
You forgot
oh
to
right, I
move
gotta move the party ribbon.
ribbon.
Party ribbon again. Dang it. Where
Okay.
is the party ribbon? Hang on, I can just move party ribbon here. Boom.
There you go.
There.
we go. Alrighty. I guess we were all kind of over by Riker, so I guess we can position ourselves over here.
Okay.
Okay, we're getting Mary Poppins.
Yes. Oh, I can't move myself.
Oh, hang on. It's probably because you're still. When I copy and paste your token, sometimes it's still under Kyle's account. So let me add you to your own character. Raid. No. What's your thingy? What are you called? Are you Basil?
Under.
Or are you Genji?
Yeah, she's under Kyle's. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Then
probably Bazil then. Yeah.
let me add all of them and just see. 1 second.
That's Genji Kyle.
Can you move yourself now?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So you guys have positioned yourselves accordingly?
Yeah.
I
Oh.
was right in front of them, kind of.
Blow
Doing the
dry.
I was
thing.
doing. Yeah, I think I was kind of like over. I was doing Warren. I already done Red and Kenji, and
Mhm.
just left
Roran
Red.
was
Looking
Roran
like
was the
he
last one.
beat himself.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you guys are, Riker, you especially have your back turned to the surf, or to the water's edge. Never mind that this looks like a saltwater encounter. Shut up. The faces of your companions change, and you have to wonder, Riker, what their faces are changing for. And you kind of smirk a little bit, thinking, "Oh, it's because you left the crotch of what was it, Rorn or Red?
Red.
Red.
You left Red's crotch still wet during this uh, magical cleansing." But his face gets that determined look of, "Dang it, I have to kill something now." And that's when you turn around and you look over your shoulder and you see coming out of the surf these waterlogged walking corpses. They are bloated, their flesh is split in various places. They're ultimately weaponless, but they are bedraggled and their hair is matted, their clothing is torn. It's evident to you in a moment of sickening comprehension that the river's current deposited its dead near this delta, and the dead were not strong enough to fight it, so here they lay until something came along worth coming back to life for. And let me get everybody in initiative. All right, I think that's everyone. Red, what is your initiative?
30.
Of course it is.
Doggone.
Kenji, what's your initiative?
15.
Not bad. Rorn, what's your initiative?
11.
Okay. Lytle, what's your initiative?
24.
Not bad. Riker, what's your initiative?
6.
Not bad.
6.
6.
I'm
Okay,
still
let me.
rolling with disadvantage because I'm at a level of exhaustion. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
you are. You are.
you you and Lydell are on level of
Oh,
exhaustion.
shoot. Hold on a second. Let me roll again. Make sure.
did I finish my spell, DM?
Now I'm at a 20.
Yes. Yes, you managed to finish your spell, Riker. You're at 20, Lytle?
Yeah, I
That's
got a
okay.
15 plus 5. I'm sorry, I forgot about the level of exhaustion.
No, I did too. It's totally fine. Remind all of us what a level of exhaustion entails, please, so that we can know that going forward.
It is disadvantage on attack rolls
Mm-hmm.
and skill checks.
I thought so.
Damage is same, but you have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Okay.
I
Let me
thought that
add.
was, let's see. Hold on. I thought that was level 2. I thought. No, I
Or
guess
actually,
not. All right.
I might be conflating.
We'll look it up. You can actually
Um,
click it in your sheet.
Yeah, I know, but D&D is being dumb. Oh, hold on.
Exhaustion. Dang it. Do. Okay, why is it? Oh, there we go.
Exhaustion level 1.
Oh, you're
Oh, it
right.
does.
It's only disadvantage on ability checks. Attack rolls and saving throws do not come in until level 3. So, Jesse, you are correct. It is
speed is
only
speed's reduced by 1.
Level 2, I think.
Yep. Level 1, disadvantage on ability checks. 2 is speed halved, and 3 is attack roll, saving throw disadvantage. So
Okay.
Okay.
I misconstrued. Jesse, you are okay in that.
That's all good. I would have construed the same. Okay. Initiative has been rolled. Everybody's in. Can everyone see the turn order? Do they care?
I can
Yeah,
see
I
it.
see the
Yes.
turn order.
Okay. Is it
I can see like all the bad guys and red.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, same.
And I'm showing 6 on mine.
what the
Yeah,
heck?
because
Okay.
Red
What
should
the
be
heck
going
though?
first with a
Yeah,
30.
it's reload your screen, guys. Just hit refresh.
Okie doke.
I will leave activity and rejoin just to make sure.
Okay, I was gonna say.
I can't refresh.
Mm,
The interface has been screwy lately. Have y'all noticed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, still has red at 6.
Oh my word.
But hey, you're the DM. You have the turn order. So long as yours is correct, you can just say next
Yeah.
turn
Okay.
is.
Sorry, guys. I will make sure I keep you
You're
guys
fine.
on deck. All right. To no one's surprise or shock, Red reacts
Yep.
first. What would you like to do, Mr. Red?
Let's take a look.
In a book, it's reading Rainbow. Sorry.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
It's always reading Rainbow.
That's right.
All right.
Because he's a rainbow goth.
Please don't put that on him.
Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
The image popped into my head as I said it, and it just, oh my gosh, yeah. If you could see what I saw.
Oh, goodness. No, I don't like that either. That's a little too dark. No, why are you so freaking loud? Good God. Okay.
I will just I will casually scroll up to the coast waters.
Okay.
Now that I am no longer burdened by the city or its annoyances, we're gonna go ahead and let's channel some divinity again. Let's turn some undead.
All right.
Burn those
Do
bad
it.
boys.
So go ahead and have them roll.
Is it wisdom?
That sounds right, but hold on. Why is this thing always such a pain in the butt to find?
I got it. Wisdom saving throw against your DC,
Which I believe
which is,
it will be a 16.
yeah, I believe so. Okay, 1 moment, please.
And what is the CR level that if they are
Yes.
below, they
Send me
just
the
vaporize?
Send me the CR.
I will. Okay. Do you have to be within visual range of them?
They just have to be within 30 feet of me, which they are.
Okay. Okay. One of them passes, the rest fail. And if they pass, they don't. If they pass, they don't get exploded, right?
I believe you are correct.
Okay. So we will. Nah, nah, nah. There's one left. Can you draw me a 30-foot? Pretty please.
Yes.
From
Perfect. Thank you. And four of them screech with waterlogged lungs and explode in a shower of putrid flesh and radiance. And the river swallows them handily. Good job, Mr. Red. You've only got one left that you can see. Anything else you want to do, Mr. Red?
I will just turn to everyone, bow a little bit, and go, You're welcome.
And they are welcome.
Like,
Lytle,
my work
it's
here
your
is
turn.
done. Have fun.
Yeah, basically.
Right. Lytle, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Lido looks over at Red, nods his head, and casts a firebolt at the thing
Nice.
for a 23 to hit.
That hits.
And that would be 3 die 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Which one's the 10? That's the 10. Gosh, I hate that. For 18, 24 points of damage.
You basically incinerate this bad boy. And he dies with a lot more drama than the ones that Red Exploded does. In fact, he kind of steams from the inside as the magic of your firebolt embeds itself in his wet flesh. But the effect is nonetheless the same. He dies.
Love it.
It is at that moment. Hang on. You guys see more of them coming out of the surf.
Red, can
I
we
knew that was
like
too easy.
leave out of here?
We see how many more coming out of surf?
You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them coming out of the surf.
8. Well, folks, it's up to you, but I believe it's time to go.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Let's leave.
Like,
All
I
right.
don't complain.
I must acquiesce.
Would we on our trip up the river have completed a short rest?
I'd say so.
Okay. I will let the group head inland, and I will hold another turn undead until they are closer to the shore.
Okay. I'm not going to make y'all roll your distance at this point. You can outpace these waterlogged zombies with ease. So let's just fast forward to them having moved a touch closer, Red, because they're having to move through difficult terrain with the surf, and they are now closer to you.
Yeah.
I do want to say that Riker's still really bitter about Red's clown joke, and so like I want to spend my turn doing minor illusion so that every time Red takes a step, there's a clown shoe squeak.
You'd have to stay in range of the spell to do that. Are you cool with that?
Yep.
All right. What's the range on that? 10 feet? 30 feet?
Hold on, I'll find out.
Thank you. Oopsies.
30 feet.
All right. So you are like right about there. Actually, it'd be more like there. Okay. You risk life and limb from these zombies in order to mock your party member. Red, what would you like to do?
I will go ahead and use Shower Divinity again.
All right. You reach deeper than you've had to reach since you were resurrected. Deeper, perhaps, than you've had to reach since that fateful night that scarred you and left you with your polite passenger. And all of them, let's see, I'm going to roll. I said there was 8.
7 are within 30 feet.
Thank you, Joffrey. 3, 4, 5. A couple of 1s. 6, 7. And 1, 2. So there's 2, 3, 4. 4 of them evaporate. 3 of them manage to save.
Okay.
So I'm going to just randomly pick 4. Okay.
Yep. And then I will start heading inland, squeaking as I go.
Nice.
Something actually. It sounds like
Yes, the little honks. Fantastic. Good job, guys. Kind of
How
a
long does
Especially
the
adventure.
various amount of petty.
how long
Yeah.
Riker is pettiness incarnate.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
true.
How long does the honk last?
I think a minute.
well, he'll keep casting. He's gonna be
He's gonna be that way.
absurdly annoying.
After
He
5
got
minutes of
revenge.
this, Rourn is
He's
going
just
to
giggling.
pick up Red and just walk with him so Red's feet are not touching the ground.
Oh goodness.
And
Awesome.
then just
Yeah.
gives Riker a side eye.
Red
And then
just
2
walks.
minutes later, he will put Red back down. And if the squeaky shoes continue from that point, we will discuss what Rourn does next.
Red just walks up to Roar and just uppies.
A piece.
Do
Oh,
you want
I'm
left
totally
shoulder
gonna
or
put.
right shoulder?
Awesome.
I'm totally
Let
gonna
me.
put instead. All right, the squeaky went down, but I'm totally gonna put like one of those hats, the colorful hats with the little helicopter hat,
Oh my
Tyler
gosh.
Boyd wear. Just have that
Heavens.
on his head, so it's not
It's
squeaking. But
it's not honking,
I'll look at
so
Warren and then I'll be like,
begrudgingly
fine.
puts Red down with his stupid hat, but at least it's not squeaking shoes.
We'll take what we can get in the face of Riker's pettiness. Um,
Yep.
y'all are funny. So let me find my descriptor text. Um, you guys exit the area of the like river and the sand and the smell of water, and you enter kind of like some sparse grasslands and hill country. And let me check my map. How far are you? In the interest of time, I think I'm just going to fast forward you to the lip of the forest, essentially. Just because like there's times where traveling is interesting and there's times where it's not. Um, the sparse grasslands and hill country leading up to the dark mass of trees in the distance whisper and sway in phantom breezes. When you finally stand at the edge of the skeletal woods, those same phantom breezes bring scent to your noses. Rotting vegetation, stagnant water, algae, moss. For a cursed forest, it doesn't seem terribly cursed. Is there anything you wish to do before you embark within? It's now dusk.
Lydell
Uh,
will search for a place for us to camp.
Okay,
And
are you
we
gonna
need
camp in or out of the forest?
Probably at the edge of the forest.
Okay.
And Rourn, was this a cursed forest before the Empress's rise to power or after the Empress's rise to power?
Ask that one more time. Sorry, I was reading.
Is this cursed forest a cursed forest before the Empress came to power or since she came to power?
Great
Because if this
question.
was a pre-existing thing, Rourn
Right.
might have some briefing
It
on
was
this.
cursed before. In fact, all of you kind of had some notion of it being a cursed forest, but it was never like fully understood by the general population in the time that you all like lived and grew up in before you were killed or died. Um, what was the cause of the curse? And roll me a history check with advantage based on your backstory.
Okay, that's only going to be a 13.
That's okay. Um, the Empress didn't spend a whole lot of time talking about it or making any real moves towards it, with one exception. You remember very, very early in your career, as you were just beginning to have more access to the Empress and more access to her generals, and you were becoming a little more known. Um, you heard whispers and even heard the tail end of various conversations with some of her underlings of her sending um, scrying eyes into the forest but none of them coming back with what she was looking for. And eventually, she just gave up.
Hmm. Roran will kind of like, as the camp is being made, he's kind of deep in thought, and then just, oh, it's interesting. I just remembered. This might be a boon for us. Moira
There's
was sent. The Empress would send scrying eyes into the forest when I was her captain, but apparently they would not find what she was searching for. But clearly, something used to be, or is, in this forest that either eluded her or was never there to begin with. But she also did not spend too much time on this part of the world aside from looks to the mountains that are above the forest way in the distance, dropping the netstone over there.
Yeah, I was going to ask Warren, do you know how she got, like, did she have to go through the forest to get the netstone over there? Like, or did she just send
If sh
hordes of people? And
Well, that was probably after my time. I perished shortly before when it's denunciation, then it is the no, it's decimation denunciation.
Let me look up the timeline. This is
Because
why we
Roar
have
died,
these things.
from my understanding, he died right after decimation part one concluded, but not too far into the second phase, which was all the priests and the religious people being rounded up. Which
Mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm.
imagine that's when the netstones kind of went up.
I have put that timeline somewhere.
I think it's might be a pinned message. Let me check. But Roran will
Oh
pinned.
my gosh. Anyway, there was a graphic about it, but let's say for now you wouldn't know a whole lot about how she managed to get the netstone in place.
Aha,
Can you re
domination.
can you resend it to the chat so that I can see it as well?
Sure thing.
Thank you. Trying to place that because I've had these thoughts myself and I think I placed them.
Here
Let's
we go.
see. Yas.
So
Thank you.
yeah, right after the denunciation began, Roran died.
Yes. So right after the denunciation and right before we have it canonically established that Red was captured because of the netstones, or specifically because of the stone that tracks divine magic usage. So I would say, yeah, somewhere between in the months between Roran dying 16 years ago and Red being captured and consequently killed 16 years ago as well, is when the netstone went up.
So Roran will pass that along to Riker of, unfortunately, I was shish kebabbed right before the netstones went up.
And Red,
okay.
the reason they yoinked you in that graveyard in front of Lyra was because you were acting as your cleric self, and that's how you got captured and sent to the Iron Abattoir. Okay, so you guys find a place to camp. We'll just say you will stay on this map and just use this. Not because I have anything in store for you, just because it's simpler.
I don't
Um,
buy that for a second.
and you shouldn't, but the nonetheless, you want to camp. This is the place. As good a place as any. Um, is there anything you wish to do before you go to bed for the night? Riker, do you wish to work on any more spells?
Yes, I got a buttload I got to work on. So I need to work on daylights. Yeah, I need to work on daylight.
Okay.
So I'm going to do probably, I think I'm going to do all 3 hours. I know I'm tired, but I think I can get 3 hours in.
Okay. Um, I'd say so. Exhaustion attributes every 24 hours. You've only been like awake. Well, roll me another. Roll me a Constitution saving throw against another level of exhaustion creeping up on you. Let's see if you can like beat it.
You got it. The
Remember, this is a
Constitution
save.
saving.
It's flat, so there is no disadvantage yet. It's a save. Saves are not counted on this just yet.
Yep.
Thank
Thank you,
you. That's
Joffrey.
a natural 20 for a 24.
Ooh.
Despite your
Just fine.
exhaustion, the thrill of a new spell in your spell book is enough to animate
Bless
you.
you.
Bless you. And your quill darts across the page, and you get, I'd say, 2 hours in
Before I just have to stop.
before you just gotta quit. Yeah. Good job. Better be your last
I'm gonna
day.
tell.
Nat 20.
I'm just gonna tell them, hey guys, hit me up like an hour before we're leaving. I'm almost done with this spell, and I think this is one that I need to have done for this next part of the journey. So, just if you could, whoever's on watch, wake me up. That'd be great.
That does beg the question, who wants to watch and how?
There
I
is
will-
Can
no.
do first.
Kenji can do first.
Yes.
Okay. Do you use yourself in the plural when you say that? We can do it first?
Well, no. I say
Okay. Okay.
I can do it first.
I was just checking. I was like, are we
Roran will
dropping
take last watch.
And Lydell will
Okay.
take middle.
Okay.
I
Awesome.
will say though that when Riker sits down to do his spells, Lydell goes over by him and falls right to sleep.
Exhausted.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of cute to you basically curl up back to back with your friend as he is deep in study, and for once, the man with the blade rests first.
Yeah.
Riker, you kind of internalize that as a sort of tender moment between friends, wherein you realize just how hard the last several hours have been on your dearest friend, given the nature of the conversations you've been having and the strain it's put on your relationship. And perhaps a little bit of that is what keeps you awake longer than what you would normally allow yourself, um, just to give him a chance to truly rest. Kenji, as
Yes.
dusk falls and fireflies begin to dart in the wood line, would you please roll me your perception check for your watch?
Yes. Perception. Boom. Ooh, okay. 16.
Okay. Um, the woods creak eerily. It's like the sound of dead wood trying to give, groaning, wanting to give, but being unable to in the wind that moves through this side of the forest. The fire crackles warmly, and every now and then the smoke will sting your eyes, and you hastily wipe them with perhaps a little more urgency than you would normally feel, just so you are not impeded in your uneasy watch. Nothing happens on your watch.
Yay.
Who's next?
Lydell.
Kenji, do you wake Lytle or does Riker? Actually, Riker
Um,
wouldn't. Riker would be asleep too.
Yeah.
So Kenji, you have to wake him.
Yeah. Yeah, I will. I'll
Okay.
poke.
Lytle, you have not yet recovered from your level of exhaustion. That happens at the end of a long rest. So when you roll your watch perception, you have to do it accordingly.
That means I have to do it with
Disadvantage,
disadvantage?
yes. Yes, please.
Okay.
It's only going to be a 20 instead of a 30.
Right. Oh,
Well,
darn.
it's
It's only a
funny.
19 instead of a 20, whatever.
So a 16 and a 17. So I'll take the 16 plus 11 is 27.
My gosh.
It was a disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Uh, you, Wherein Kenji described to you as they were debriefing the eeriness of the forest and its many creaks. The forest that you get during your watch is more rustles in the leaf litter and strange animal calls in the distance. The fireflies actually have chosen to settle for the night, and they no longer are pleasant company to you. And you find yourself banking the fire a little bit higher just in case. Nothing happens on your watch.
I will
But you
say that during his watch, with everything that has happened,
Mhm.
um, if anyone had managed to wake up, they would hear Lydell kind of look up and go, "Okay, Bahamut, what is it you'd have us to do next?" He's just kind of thinking we're headed up to a place where we're going to be able to talk to you. I'm not sure if I'm on his good side or not.
That begs the question, what makes you think you wouldn't be?
His attitude recently, he's wondering, he doesn't know enough about Bahamut to know whether or not this his bad mood, the fact that he so he's internally struggling right now because of everything that's happened with Riker, with this contract, and with what Riker said to him. And he's wondering if a part of his internal dialogue on that is he wonders if he's actually the monster that Riker was afraid he was.
Mm.
And he's realizing that he doesn't want to be that. And he's wondering if there's not a better way to be than to be a professional killer. Is there a way to use the talents that I have been given or imbued, whatever that word is,
Yeah, imbued
uh,
with.
imbued with, or am I forever the monster that Riker made it sound? Now, Riker never said those words. I'm not saying that's what Riker said. That's what
Yeah.
Lydell heard.
You look across the fire at the sleeping form of Rorn, who, ever since sending his father to final rest and consecrating the temple back to Lathander, the Temple of the Dawn back to Lathander, has seemingly slept better than you've ever seen him sleep since you were resurrected. And you kind of reflect for a moment on his journey and how Lathander, throughout the entirety of Rorn's development and subsequent sort of healing, mentally, spiritually, Lathander was consistent in saying and accepting all parts of Rorn, even the parts that were dirty. And it gives you a little bit of hope that a fellow good aligned god like Bahamut would subsequently also find use for the parts of you that are perhaps darker. Perhaps there is redemption to be found for you too. Your watch ends. Who are you waking up next?
Rorn said was taking last watch, so
Okay.
Lydell will go over and gently wake the sleeping giant, and then go back over and lay down. After, of
He,
course, he explains what he's hearing and what he's seeing.
yeah, he seems a lot less fierce when he wakes up without the mutton chops. Um, Roran, you wake up and you take your place for watch. What would you like to do?
He'll first make sure the fire's well taken care of. It's going to be a 16 perception.
Okay. The breeze shifts over the course of your watch and blows with it the occasional errant whiff of what smells like something like carrion
I
from
smell
deep,
Roran is
deep.
very
Mhm.
familiar with that smell.
Oh, yes. But you also know it doesn't smell sweet enough to be humanoid. That gives you some measure of comfort in the same breath that it gives you some level of disgust that you know. Uh, the scent shifts and comes and goes. It's not consistent and it's definitely not strong. Um, but it most certainly points your attention into the breeze and makes your eyes and ears a little bit sharper as the twilight before dawn finally kind of gives a little bit of alleviation to your unease. And on the edge of this forest, the dawn finally breaks, and you
Before
are
it
there to greet
does,
it.
before it does, as
Mm.
requested, go over to Riker, gently shake him. You wanted an extra hour to wait. Dawn's coming. And actually, Roran will then, at during this time, he'll actually take out. Now it doesn't have to be hidden. His father's restored medallion, and kind of just be thumbing it in quiet contemplation of. He still feel like there's still Thunder has brought him back and has forgiven him,
Mhm.
but it's a how he was nearly much of like a true believer, like a true follower. He felt he flunked out of preschool basically,
Right.
and so it's kind of like
It was always something you were shoehorned into, never something
yeah.
you
So
believed for yourself.
and now he's kind of like how clearly this is a the conversation of how much of this I've made peace with. I've said,
Mm.
let me be your sword, let me be your fury. But he didn't say, let me give you my worship yet.
Mm.
'Cause he hasn't really worshiped before. So he's kind of in that, not like new believer, but just kind of in that, what does it mean to worship for someone like me
You
as
have
dawn is rising?
I think you also have an unfortunate viewpoint of what worship looks like, because
Yeah.
knowing the harsher side of your father and juxtaposing that with the fervency of his worship and the duties that being high priest entailed for him, you couldn't help but have a sense of like he was hypocritical. In the same way a pastor's kids know their father and see him for the sinner he is, your viewpoint of what worship looks like is probably a bit skewed based on those experiences as a child. So as you kind of unpack all of that in your own head, worrying your father's medallion, dawn breaks. And with it, the hope that, much like the way the light illuminates all things, perhaps it will one day illuminate and clarify the clouds that linger still in your own heart. So, anything y'all wish to do before you break camp and set off? Yes, Riker.
Yes. Oh, we get a full rest, right?
Yes, you get a full rest. You may
All right.
remove your exhaustion.
Okay, I am going to redo. First of all, do I get to finish the spell before everybody wakes up?
You get your extra hour. Does that complete your spell?
Yes.
All
And
right, then you
then I'm
have.
going to repick my spells. I'm going to read it, and I am going to send Sending.
Okay. Forgive my ignorance, I'm just trying to be kosher. Um, how often can wizards change out their spells?
Every day.
Okay. Does it require you to change, like, does it require some time, like to switch out components or anything like that?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. I will take your word for it.
It's like clerics who have to meditate at the beginning of the day and
Okay, how
before
often
for
can wizards change spells? Let me just double check. Because when I was playing as Muriel, it was always a pain in my butt. I could not do it. Once per long
for
rest.
first.
You need at least 1 minute per spell level for each spell in your new list. So if you're changing out just one, what is it, level 3 sending? You need 3 minutes to do it.
He'd probably do a couple others. I mean, he'd have
That's fine.
everybody like
That's
how
fine.
they do that. But
We're probably going
I'm
to be
just
eating
learning.
breakfast and gathering everything up anyways. So
Yeah. I'm just learning with you. I just wanted to know that information. Please continue. Who do you send a sending to? God help me.
I am going to send it to Lady Ursula.
Oh boy.
All right, this is what I'm going to say. Lady Ursula, I am a friend of Lord Roran. He bids you well and
Lord
inquires of
Roar.
your health and well-being. With admiration and respect, Roran.
Um, you get the sense, even though the spell doesn't typically allow this, that you have startled her from against whatever tree she had propped up against to sleep that night. And after a moment of heart pounding kind of realization that the voice in her head uh, is you, she takes a moment to reply, uh, thank you? I think. Thank you, Joffrey. Tell him hi, I suppose, from me? I'm sorry, was he the one in the black clothing or the extra tall one?
The extra talk.
Yep. She doesn't realize you can't reply again, which is even funnier, and she gets nothing back unless you want to cast it again. Um,
No, I'm not today. I'm going to be like, I'm going to just, yeah. By the way, Roran, Lady Ursula's on her way back. She's doing pretty good so far. So. You
Or
want me to
just
tell her tomorrow?
stops and just
yeah, the peaceful moment you had of contemplating redemption is absolutely gone at this moment. I
Maybe you want
mean,
me to pass along tomorrow when I send another sending to her. He just looks up with big puppy dog eyes and innocent look, like,
yeah, completely faux innocence, let me be clear. Lord, have mercy.
that's exactly what Roran's thinking.
It's fantastic.
You hear the deepest
The most long-suffering sigh.
I guess tell her thank you. I would say please don't, but you're just going to ignore me.
said to say hi away.
He knows
So I
him.
mean, there's something there.
I honestly do not know how to feel about this.
All been there, buddy. He says with his 19 years of experience.
Right.
Nothing.
To be fair, you have more experience than Roran.
Entirely
Which is
valid.
terrifying. Terrifying.
Roran's first love was the army. uh,
And she was a cruel mistress.
and she was not a nice lady. Awesome. Yeah, I'll break camp, have a hasty breakfast of rations. It's quite the deceleration in quality from what you are used to enjoying. You've actually had a few days of hot meals, and it's hard to go back to essentially dried meat and apples, but you get by. And you prepare to enter the forest. Let me find some text. Is there anything you want to do before you embark within, other than Bryker harassing Ursula?
Roran will actually go over to Red.
Okay.
You good?
Yes, I believe so.
Red, is there
Okay.
anything you want to do? Perhaps a spell you would like to cast before?
I was just
One moment, please.
Mm-hmm.
Roran casually trying to drop a hint.
Well, here's the thing. He isn't saying anything, but Curse's Cleft works two ways. It can
It
give
do.
and it can also remove. It does, but it requires contact. It's one of those he doesn't want to have to do it, but Lord help him if he has to. He will manually take a curse. He will manually do it for Red, and Red's not gonna like it.
so what
Yeah,
you're
he'll
saying is the
stab.
day that you skewered him, you could have removed curse at the same time.
Yep, that one
It's
does not require a save.
it's Curse's
Unlike,
Cleft.
yep, it's Curse's Cleft. It goes
It
both
plays
ways.
off the duality of the word cleave, because cleave can
Mm.
mean both to bind and to break.
Mhm.
Yes, Red will stand up and he will in front of Warren so he can see it, so I don't have to get stabbed. Will actually, where's Curse's Cleft at? Is it on your back?
It's on my back.
I'm going to. Can I just like grab the end of the blade and just like reset my counter and take a little damage?
If you would like. You
Yeah.
really gonna choose to do
Warren will
that
actually,
rather than
Warren will kind of
Rather
bat your
than
hand
rather
away.
than
It's like
burn the spell slot, yes.
you'll have to convince Roran because the party will have to get an explanation why you just cut your hand on Roran's sword.
Ron, listen, I don't move. Don't make any sudden movements. I'm going to touch your blade.
that sounds okay.
100%.
Oh boy.
All right.
I
We
need
are not that
everyone
kind
around
of.
this fire to be really cool about some things really quick.
Well, they don't. They're about to find out, or have to figure out why did you just cut your hand on Roran's sword.
I'm gonna play it off as I just had something like in my finger that I couldn't get out.
That's
There's still gonna be blood involved.
I'm
that
fine
is
with
laughable. Let's see. What is Roran's base damage on this blade? Good Lord, have mercy.
So if I will say for base damage, you will take 6,
that. Yeah, that's fine.
and that is with if I rolled 2 ones plus
Can,
my additional.
Yeah, but you
can
ain't
I
Okay.
swinging it,
perceive
buddy.
whether I believe him or not?
Yeah, you may roll to believe him or not.
Okay, 19, 29, 30. I don't think I believe him.
No.
Yeah, you don't have to believe me. I just don't have to tell
Yeah.
you.
It saves you a spell slot, and it guarantees you're gonna have to tell the rest of the group pretty soon.
Well, they might figure things out sooner rather than later.
Well, I mean, I think Lydell would have noticed because even passive. I mean, it was a 26, so it would not have been much to. And he's probably not going to say a whole lot.
Okay.
He
So
was.
Red reaches up, cuts his hand open on Roran's blade, and half the camp responds with an appropriate "What the heck, dude," and the other half is completely nonplussed by Red's aberrant behavior because it's Red.
Yeah.
It's almost like
This
he's
is
doing one of
kinky
those like
stuff you
blood
like.
pact things.
Yeah, it's not even the weirdest thing Red has done.
Also
Yeah.
true.
As long as he doesn't stab himself or skewer himself again,
You
There's
know,
not much you
I'm
can do
just
to
I'm just
impress.
immediately gonna cast healing word on myself and make it go away. Like, calm down.
so you'll burn a spell slot for that, but not for the okay.
Yes, a
Everyone
level
roll.
1 versus a level 3. Absolutely.
Makes sense.
You know what? I approve this min-maxing. Well, you know what? This is some Mariel type stuff.
Yeah, I was
I'm
about to
not even
say,
gonna.
yeah.
This is
I can't even.
absolute.
I
You of
can't
all
even gripe.
people,
Yeah,
I don't want to hear it from.
I can't even be mad, bro. Like, I want everyone. I think it's only fair though. Everyone roll an insight check, not because they're going to grasp that you're a vampire and you're uncursing yourself, but just like grasp the
You're accurate.
depth of weirdness.
Dirty 20.
I rolled a
Okay.
dirty 20.
Oh my gosh, Rachel.
Dang, both
Yes.
of us rolled dirty 20s. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
14.
Okay. Rowan.
Ron can't. Well, Ron's not gonna. If anything, I
Roar
guess I could
knows.
roll to
That's
roll
fair.
to
No,
try.
Rowan knows. That's valid. That's valid.
And there's I have a horrible charisma, so I can't try and like deceive to try and like cover what just happened.
I don't need you to. That's fine.
So for
Yeah,
you, Rowan, your insight check would not be to determine if Red is a vampire. Your insight check would be to determine why he's doing this and just how close he came to becoming a vampire.
Okay, you know what? That is fair. Would
Well, I don't
we?
think any of us would be what our insight checks would be with whether he's a vampire or not. It's
No, for
what
you guys, it's the aberrance of
Right.
his behavior. I understand the difference.
Okay.
18.
Okay. Rorn, you in particular, being one of the closest ones to Red,
My
uh,
bestie? Excuse
yes,
you?
his BFF that he would put his fangs in your neck instantly if needed,
100%.
is
Are we going Twilight or something?
Angel Blood is delicious. You are like, okay, this is out of character for Red. Why would he behave this way? And that's going to give you something to noodle on as you guys walk. The two dirty 20s, you recognize this as not as a bid to cheat vampirism, but as a bid, as a very strange behavior for Red. And it makes you wonder, in the scope of all the weirdness and all the strangeness that your group has going for it, uh, what on earth could be so crazy about Red that he would cut himself open on a blade? And you don't know. And Riker, you're so self-absorbed you have no clue. So
It just
I
seems to
think
be the more things.
you're kind of like, I mean, I thought he was goth, not emo, but if he wants to cut himself, that's on him. Um,
Woof.
I think we'll. I know. I think we'll
He'll
put
throw,
it to
he'll
bed.
throw out a comment. He'll throw out a comment beside. Generally, that's done on the wrists.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We're sorry. We're
Okay.
sorry. We're sorry. We'll quit.
That,
Uh, we'll quit. I think that's a good place to stop for now. So when we open up next session, y'all are going to be entering the forest and all that that entails. And oh boy, does it entail.
yay.
We are the Holy Rollers. God bless you all. Have an excellent rest of your night. Bye.
Bye. Bye.